Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel, and for today I will be making my very own succulent soil mix. So we are currently here in China, so I just bought some garden soil. It's my first time to use that one, so let's see if it's gonna be great for my succulents. I also bought a sack of perlite. So inside here is a perlite, and we've got the Maifan Stones. So these are the only ingredients for my succulent soil mix. Let's first open this Maifan stone, and if you haven't heard about Maifan stones before, it is actually a type of rock or mineral that is used both as a top dressing or a soil additive. And here in China, I've seen a lot of succulent growers, and every time I visit a succulent shop, I always see Maifan stone as their top dressing. And aside from it is used as a top dressing, it actually contains different trace elements that is beneficial to our succulents, not just succulents but plants in general. So it actually includes calcium, magnesium, iron, zinc, and selenium, which are slowly released when in contact with moisture, benefiting our succulents and plants. So in other words, it actually helps support a healthy growth of our succulents as it slowly releases those trace minerals that I have mentioned. But in my case later, I think I will be using our Maifan stones as a top dressing rather than a soil additive. So it's actually up to you whether or not you're gonna be using it as a soil additive or a top dressing. Next would be this all-purpose potting soil mix. It will be the base of our succulent soil mix, and I think you can use or buy any regular potting mix that is available in your location, but you have to remember that it should be well draining. The potting soil mix should be well draining and something that does not hold moisture. So by just looking at it, I think this garden or this potting soil mix that I have right now seems to be perfect for the base of our succulent soil. It actually reminds me of my succulent soil mix when I was still in the Philippines, the alnos compost, or in English it's called the alder compost. But since we don't have it here in China, I think I'm just gonna be using whatever that is available in this country. But using that potting mix is not enough. That's the reason why I will be adding perlite and Maifan stones later. And if you wanted to make your succulent potting mix, you have to make sure to store them in an airtight container like this to prevent bugs or pests from coming in. Next, it's time for us to add our perlite, and if you don't have any perlite, you can actually make use of pumice stones. The only difference is that perlite is very lightweight. It's a very lightweight organic soil amendment, and every time you visit garden centers or garden stores, you can see these white pieces that looks like styrofoam, but they are not actually styrofoam. They are called perlite, and this perlite retains very little moisture. It prevents compaction and adds drainage to our potting mix, which is exactly what we want for our potting mix. As you have might notice, I didn't add any fertilizers yet, but when the time comes that I need to repot or plant our succulents, I would definitely add this fertilizer to my potting mix. And I actually bought this refined organic fertilizer. It's my first time to use this fertilizer, and I hope it would be great for our succulent. So if you also wanted to add insecticides or fungicides in your potting mix, that is also completely okay. So now that our potting mix is ready, it's time for us to repot some of our succulents. And this is our Echeveria crispate beauty. And every time I repot my succulents, I usually remove the old dried leaves before repotting them. It's also an option whether or not you're gonna remove the old soil or whether or not you're gonna trim the roots before repotting. But in my case, I just simply pot my succulents as is. I just remove some of the old soil, but I don't usually or completely remove the old soil. So that's all for today. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You may also visit our Facebook page at Desert Succulent PH.